Hi, Kitty Pie.
Hi, this is Mermaid C. So today is a simple task. I have this tiger stream tank used for a few months, and initially I remember it was 4. So before I left to Singapore for overseas, there only left 1. So now I need to tear down this tank, and I got Guppies. I also do have some seashell. If I watched my previous video, maybe I can try to use them as part of the skips. So now this is the layout. That's what I'm going to do. I'll see you later. Hi, this is Mermaid C. So this is the quick sharing section. So generally, I think this is the first video you've seen that I have do a new tank here. This Endler Guppy beach resort. Generally, based on the title, you can able to interpret that it's a beach resort. So there will be sand and probably corals and all this. Because I went to the Vendao in the last video, so I collected some of the seashells. So that's the reason that I have these ideas and concept to do this tank. It's a very small tank, a small rectangular. So generally when I just want to put in this pictorial that this tank is a very small rectangular, I cut into half in diagonal. It's a triangular form. So sand will be one side and the normal substrate. This time I like to use yellow substrate because for Endler guppies they are rather colorful. So colorful substrate will not be overtaking their beauty, and instead it can create a more colorful, lively tank design. So that's the reason why I use a yellow sand. I think quite commonly in my tanks. So to discuss about the tank setup, I mentioned is a diagonal triangle, half for sand and half for yellow sands. So I use the Vendao seashell, and of course I have the 2 pots of plants which I bought it from Vietnam, and I took back half of them. So the earlier as you can see that I'm using a plant weight, a yellow circle cement weight. I mean that is Singapore style. So I cut the cotton wool, aquarium cotton wool, and wrap over the roots. This plant, initially I thought that it's per week, but until now I still not very sure. If you are able to tell me, please leave your comments over here, because I think this plant, doing this method which I learned from Andy Fish, put about 6 to 8 stacks of plant together, and I think after these 2 weeks I left about about half of it. So most of the plants melted off, and it also been destroyed. I mean been disturbed by my snails and the guppy fish sometimes when they peck onto it. So overall I think this plant is still hardy. Yeah, I have another video on next month to show you that how I use this plant for my wife lotus pond pot. So lastly is the fishes. These fishes, I just bought it another 4. Initially was 3. It's an Endler guppy because in fact I like Endler guppy. That's the reason, because they are very small sizes, and even they are in the adult form, they could be less than 4 cm. So generally they are very colorful due to the genetic. Some of them are much more beautiful, and I like this fish quite a lot. I think this is the second choices other than betta fish, because they are quite similar. Just like betta fish will be more difficult to keep in the groups. So for these fishes, when I started with 3 and 1 dead, and I realized that 2 of the fishes left was quite inactive. So I thought that it's good that I can quickly buy another 4. So just to see how did they work together. In fact, I'm quite happy with the result. They are doing fine. So looking at these Endler fishes, on my past experience with Endler fishes, they are one of the beautiful nano fishes. But when I started to keep them, I keep in the same sex. So very shortly, within a month or so, or you can find that they cannot live too long. In fact, these fishes lifespan could be 1 to 2 years, and normally when we buy them from the aquarium shop, it could be about left half of the lifespan if these fish are only 1 year lifespans. So I bought this one group of male species because these Endler guppies, the quite unique is that the male fishes are more prominent and they are actually more colorful. So I didn't know that if you put the same group of Endler fishes, the become very aggressive to each another, and it stress the weakest one, and slowly one by one they will pick up off. Yes. So this time round I learned from my previous lesson is that I have a mixture of male and female, trying to get a good ratio, about 2 female to 1. I might be see wrong, but I think it's I can pretty sure that there's a few female in. So I hope that I can keep these Endler guppies more successful. So my definition of successful is definitely I can keep more than 6 months. So I will keep update after 6 months if this tank is still running. Yeah, thanks for watching.